Going live. We are apparently live on YouTube. I'm going to trust it. Welcome to the stream. You can see our little, oh, I should have cleared those. You can see our little test messages down there. I think I can get rid of those if I wanted to. Yeah, I've got a new little streaming setup. This is sort of a test stream just to see if my new rig works. You can see in the reflection of my glasses here, I've got a light. I've also got, maybe you can see it if I turn off the light. Yeah, no, I'm going to need a mirror for that. But there is I got a new tablet. But who cares about that? Let's get into the stream. I'm supposed to intro it. We're going to be unloading this car here. It's been like 2 weeks since I did the camping trip, the video that went out today. And we're going to unload this thing because I still haven't done that. So that's the plan. We're also going to, oh, that's not all the plan. We're also going to be looking at a bunch of stuff. I think I have a box around here. A bunch of stuff I have for the camper. Yeah, here's a box. Box of a bunch of stuff. And there's more of it inside as well, and some of it in the mail. I did have to delay this because I was having some technical difficulties. I have a little dongle that's supposed to be here by 4:30, and it's now 5:05, and it's still not here, so I just had to start without it. So my phone is currently charging at like 4 watts, and let's hope that's enough to keep it charged. It's currently dropping, so the stream might be time limited, but we'll switch over to that when it gets here. I guess we should just get started on unloading the Volvo. I do have a couple of adult beverages for later, but this is just a liquid death grapefruit. I've really been enjoying those. Okay, get the car unloaded. I think I'm going to leave you back here if you tune in, and I guess there's no one watching yet. Can I see how many people are watching? Where can I see that? 0 views. Okay, yeah, there's no one watching yet. There's a couple people on Twitch. Whatever. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave you back here, and we're going to unload the car. And that way you can see kind of what I'm doing with all this stuff. Because we're also going to go through the process of figuring out what I actually need to take with me. Because, well, here, let me pop the hatch and just talk while I work. In here, there are 2 big old brown totes right here. And it's not broken. I thought it was broken. But I don't want to take these with me, so I want to figure out what actually needs to go with me and what doesn't. So, oh God. That's not good. That could be problematic. Yeah, there's just too much crap sliding around. So one of the next parts of the build is going to be storage, and so we're gonna figure out what all we need to store. Get this out of here. Okay. Oh boy. I'm gonna try to stay organized. We'll see how that goes though. See, I should also make my chat a little bigger, making good use of the Goodwill desk. Yes, this desk, as the person who's commented, Leah, knows. That's not what I meant to do. We got this from the Goodwill for 15 bucks. It is a sit-stand desk. If you know anything about sit-stand desks, you'll know that even the extremely cheap kit that this was custom made out of is worth like 80 bucks new. And so this was 15 bucks, so it's kind of a screaming deal. But yeah, I figured I'd use it here. I can show stuff and the likes. It works well for this. Only it rolled. It does not. But all right, we got the generator and the gas can out. Let's get this wiring out of the way here. Let me know how, can you see anything when I'm standing back here? I don't know, I'll carry everything out individually and show it to you, but I don't know, maybe it'd be better to have it closer. All right, this is just my chair. This definitely needs to go with us, so I'm gonna leave this out because we do need to figure out a place to put that. We got the axe. I'm gonna get some roof rails, finally, or some roof crossbars. And so maybe we can put the axe on the outside or something. So we got some snow boots. Those are just haphazardly thrown in here. The solar panel. I can stay over with the generator here. Those things I'm not too worried about. They're not going to really move much. They're just going to stay where they are because they need to come out when I get to camp anyways. Okay, we We got the stove. I do still want to take this with me. This is actually a gasoline-powered stove. And I do want to take this with me because it doesn't feel like... I'm going to have an induction burner, but that's for use inside the camper. And if I'm outside the camper, it's a gas stove. Maybe I'll decide it's not worth it, but for now I want to have it with me. Let's see, that's a lighter. These are going to be relocated. In the last build episode, you'll remember I mounted one of these things with magnets on the trunk. That was stupid because it falls off every time you close the trunk. And so we got to figure something else out for that. Let's see. The recovery gear, that's what's in this bag here. It's like a kinetic rope. Actually a bunch of extra lengths of rope in case I really get into a nasty situation. Someone can pull me out from a long ways away. Tire plugs, tools. This definitely has to go with me. But I had an epiphany, actually, in the last camping trip. From the back seat, especially with the curtain there, I cannot actually access the front seat. And so why don't I use the front seat for stuff like the recovery gear? So I can... Because I don't need to access that except for when I'm like stuck or already out of the car. So that, and then that clears up more space for me in the actual camper. All right. We got our tire inflator. Of course, that can be lumped in with the recovery gear. Honestly, it is planned. There is space under this floor, and I am planning to make use of that in the future. I don't know what all room I'm going to have left because the first priority is to make it a battery box. Like all my power and electronics, but if there's any space left over, maybe we could do maybe we could put the, not the recovery gear, that's way too big, but maybe like the air compressor or something. All right. Yeah, we definitely had some shifting cargo. I'm gonna come put these brown totes, one of them on the table, so we can kind of figure out what exactly we need to keep out of them in the car and whatnot. But I do have a couple more things I want to take out of the car first. I guess I should be checking chat. It's just Leah now. Your name covers your message. Oh yeah, that is a weird little bug. Interesting. But yeah, okay. I thought it looked good too. This thing, my phone does a really good job of. This is an awesome shot, by the way. It does a really good job of doing the auto exposure, honestly. And I'm using the front-facing camera, so I can actually see a preview of it. Because I'm doing this all by myself. Well, Leah's moderating, which is very much appreciated. Oh my god, I forgot about that. I didn't forget about it, but... let's see, unplug this. Okay, here's the fridge. This was great. The positioning of it was great. In fact, you'll remember I took the lid off of the long side and put it on the short side like this. I'm going to take it off and put it back on the long side, and I'll explain... Well, I guess I can explain that while I take care of this. I need like a box. I realized I don't really need to access the fridge from the back of the car. And if I put the lid on the long side, I can just kind of reach in and grab stuff out of it from the passenger door. And that's completely fine. So that's the plan there. Anyways, I found that the awkward triangular shaped space behind the seat in front of the fridge was an excellent place for garbage because I can reach it from my seat, and it's really difficult to use it because it's such an awkward shape. However, I need to somehow design some way to put some sort of liner or a bag or something in there because freaking mess. I don't know how I'm going to do that. We got all this garbage. I'll take care of that in a little bit. Let's see, we got that, the heater. Place your bets on how long those heaters last in here with all the vibration. Let's roll out the bed, I guess. I'm not gonna, well, I could take the bed out. I don't know. I don't know if I need to take the bed. Well, let's see. What am I gonna be doing as the next part of the build? I gotta think. Oh yeah, I can read chat from here. This is great having the tablet on the tripod. I've gotta, maybe when Leah's bored, she can come out here and take a, no, I don't know. I gotta show you the setup for streaming at some point. Because it's kind of weird. There's a tablet mounted on my tripod with my phone mounted above that with the light mounted above that. So it's like a pyramid. It's like a pyramid of streaming. And also, what else? What was I gonna say? Oh, and then hanging from the tripod, it has a spot to like hang counterweights if you're using like a heavy camera. I've got a battery bank, so I can just pick it up and go wherever I want. And then there's like 3 cords running up, one to power the tablet, one to power the phone, and one to power the light. It's pretty ridiculous. All right, let's see. I was trying to think, what am I going to be doing next on the camper? Do I need to take the bed out right now? Next is going to be a bunch of bits and bobs. I could probably just take the bed out. It should actually come out. I'm gonna keep. This is the box it came in. Actually, there were my camera froze. That's my phone thing. But I have this box from what the bed came in, and so I'm gonna actually keep the box so I can put the bed in it when I need to store it. All right. First, we got the sleeping bag though. No leftover clothes in there. All right. Oh, I guess I haven't asked how the audio is, which I suppose means I should assume that it's good. Okay, there's our sleeping bag. I'll just lay that over here. And then let's grab the bed out of here. I think I'm going to ask Leah to put some Velcro on this bed, kind of like what we have on the curtain, just to kind of hold it together better. Because right now it's just wrapped in a blanket. It might be a little nicer to have it, held together. Okay, there's our mattress in the box. All right, let's put this out of the way. Oh yeah, you can see the Subaru in here. I guess a little update on this. I don't know how to brain fart. I got the differential back in. I made no changes. I would have it out of the shop right now, but it needs a CV axle boot, so I'm waiting for that. Sound is good. Good. All right. Got my pillow. I guess I'll put that in the box here with the mattress. Let's see. I could adjust this light to actually shine in here. Got some clothes and such in here. Let's see. The sock? Oh yeah, I guess I put my wool socks on. Okay, we got socks. This stuff needs to go inside. I don't think I have a box that I can use for that, really. I'll just put that stuff over here in front of the Subaru, all the stuff that needs to go inside. Hopefully it doesn't get run over. And let's see. Got some gloves. A couple of water bottles. These all need to go inside. And let's see, is there anything else in here? And there's a couple of things over here. Most of it needs to go inside. I think that's, well, there's a couple things left in the front seat I'll have to grab, and then we'll get on to dealing with that brown tote, you see. The coffee mug. I tried to go super luxury, have my heated coffee mug. It was a waste of time. Let's see. Oh, hey, YouTube did figure out that that I'm a car channel. That's cool. I tested that a while ago, and they hadn't figured out that I was automotive yet. That's cool that when you like it, it's now a little tire. So you got an ad on YouTube. That makes sense. I'm getting paid. All right. Let's see, we had the passenger seat to go. Let's see, we got the old Starlink here. That can stay in here. And we just got, like, I have my camera bag in here, as well as my other bag. I got bags up here. But yeah, I think this front seat here is just going to be basically a like camera gear that I need access to, as well as like the recovery gear and stuff that can go in the footwell. Obviously, if Leah's coming with me, that'll be different. I think all of this stuff needs to go inside. All right, I think there's one more handful. So we got this. So there's this thing here. We got another, excuse me, another can. I think we're just about unloaded, honestly. There's a few more things. Hey, I should probably take out the electrical system because I'm going to be reworking that. Let's see, all this stuff needs to go inside. This doesn't. Stick this here. So yeah, I should probably pull out the electrical system. I don't know where I'm going to put it, though. Well, before I do that, how about I unpack this brown tote. I'm trying to see what freaking icon you sent there. It's a cat twirling a blue flag around its head. I'm surprised the thing I'm using to put all the chats together knows what that looks like. Very nice. All right, let's get this tote out and see what we actually need to keep out of it in the car. We've got a very, see, this is how full it was. This is how flat the roll of TP is, because this thing was crammed so full. We definitely want TP. These are little trash bags on the go. Great for diaper bags, pets, purse, travel, car camping. Those are good to have. Definitely want the tarp still. More TP. Why don't we put the TPs together? Why don't we also put the trash bags in with them? In case it's a pack it out area, you know. This is not related to what we're doing. We'll put this away here. Just goes with the brake clean. Parts cleaner. I'm gonna put this back where it belongs. I will be back so fast you won't even notice I'm gone. I am also, I guess, I am also, and I'm trying to be conscious of this because if I stand right here, the people from YouTube Shorts can see me, because YouTube now has a feature where you can multi-stream to YouTube and YouTube Shorts. And it just crops in probably to about like this. It's kind of silly. But eventually I might get another phone that'll stream to YouTube Shorts or whatever, like a vertical phone and a horizontal phone, but we'll see. I prefer horizontal anyways, but if I stand over here, they can't see me. So I'm trying to keep that in mind. Let's see, we got the thermocell. You always want to have that. We got our coffee set up here. Of course, you can't live without that. Maybe now that I'm kind of done with the car, let me trip over that brown tote. Let's rotate this a little bit because that's something I can do. Yeah, let's try that. Maybe with the people watching in vertical will be able to see me a little better at least. Let's see, we got a roasting stick. There's also a way for me to dung out these bins. This is Menko's clothesline, so we can let her roam a little more freely. That should definitely stay with the camping stuff. I probably also need to have some sort of removable box, like build a compartment so I can put all the stuff that's both for camping out of this camper and doing camps out of like the Subaru or other vehicles. I probably need to make like maybe I need to like build a little compartment for one of these totes. I'm not sure yet. We do have 2 tarps, and honestly, while I do like having 2 tarps, I probably don't need both of them. We can probably just take the larger of the 2, which I think is this one. Yeah, so let's just keep this one. Let's put this one, I guess I'll put it on the floor for now. So we just have some miscellaneous trash bags in here. Oh my goodness, more toilet paper. Yeah, like I said, it's good to have these bins dunged out, I guess. Let's try to put all the toilet papers together. I mean, you never want to be without toilet paper, so it's better to have too many rolls than too few, I guess. All right. So we're getting down to some stuff that is kind of more for just like camping. We have some wet wipes. These things are open. They've got to be bone dry. Yeah, these things are garbage. Those wet wipes. What about these ones? These ones have a better seal. Yeah, those are nice and moist still. Moist. I hear people like that word. It is probably your fault. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad idea to have too much toilet paper. I mean, there's no such thing as too much toilet paper. All right, so we have these trash bags. We probably should replenish those. I don't want my drink touching them. They're unused, but still. This is all the refill stuff for the thermocell. So I don't know, that'd be good to have. Like I said, we need to have like a universal bin spot. That's DEET. We've got the bear spray. Probably don't need that as much when I'm car camping out of the Volvo. It's still good to have. So yeah, so this is like stuff for repairing latex. So this doesn't need to really. This doesn't need to go with me when I'm car camping because that's like for tents and stuff and air mattresses. Another thermocell thing. We do have the saw and the duct tape finally. All right, so let me, I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. This is our like kind of miscellaneous stuff tote, and the other tote that's down on the floor here is our kitchen tote. And I'm really thinking I'm going to pare down on the kitchen because I only need what, like a pot, a pan, I don't know, probably some utensils. I don't need that much stuff. And there's a lot of stuff in this tote. I think we have like 2 pans for some dang reason. Anyways, let's see. What do I want to do here? I think I want to put, let's see, because it'd be nice. I would really love to have some of this stuff just live in the car all the time. But I'm not sure if I can do that. Like this thing, this is our coffee setup for camping. That's got to live with all camping gear. Let's, I don't know what to do with this. Let's see, this tarp can definitely go back in this tote because that's our universal camping tarp, and this will be the Volvo. Let's see, if in the Volvo I have shelter, so maybe I should just bring the smaller tarp when I'm camping in the Volvo. Let's go with that logic. So let's put the big tarp back in the tote. Small tarp. Okay, so I've got it. I think I got it. I'm gonna make a tote of stuff that's for generic camping that needs to go with us, whether I'm in the Volvo or not, and stuff that I'm just going to take in the Volvo. And honestly, maybe I should order up some duplicates, just so, I don't know, we'll see. Well, let's get the kitchen tote out, and let's see, this is going to be down here, only camping stuff. So let's put all the only camping stuff in here. Like this. I think everything else is generally both. I have 2 of the roasters. We'll put 1 of those in the only camping stuff. So when I'm in the Volvo, we can get by with just 1. Let's see, we want the trash bags in both. I do want the thermocell in both. The picnic tablecloth. I don't think I'm ever going to use a picnic table cloth when I'm on my own in the Volvo, so that can go in the only camping. We got the shovel. We're going to want that for both. So all this stuff I want to have whether I'm camping in a tent or I'm camping out of the car. Oh wait, we have this sanitizing spray. I don't think I need this either camping or, I don't know, I'll throw it in the only camping. I think we need to get all this stuff out of the way so I can move on to the kitchen tote though. Let's see what kind of view count we're getting here. On Twitch, it's not telling me. I will find it. All right, someone followed me 22 minutes ago. That's neat. Have I even been streaming for 20? Oh yeah, about exactly 22 minutes. Rule number 1 of streaming is don't look at view count. Why is that? I mean, I can't apparently, on Twitch at least. Yeah, whatever. You're probably right. I was just curious. I like to know if I'm actually talking to anyone or if I'm just talking to myself. All right, let's get all this stuff piled up over here. The thermocell. You are here, and I appreciate that. You're happy that no one's watching because that means you don't have to do anything for moderation. All right, kitchen tote. I mean, I also the tablet I have set up with all the, you can spam emotes, please. Please no. I have the tablet also set up so I can, whatchamacallit, moderate from it too. So if I see a bad message on chat, I can walk over to the tablet and get rid of it. So we got matches. Those are just going to be for I don't need matches. I have the lighter, but I like matches. They're nice to use. They're very aesthetic. Wait, so this is my both table. This is only camping, only when I'm tent camping. So do I keep the matches? I'm not going to use matches. Put those in the only tent camping. I'm also more likely to need those in an emergency. So we want one of these things. I really dislike Starbucks, so I don't like that these things say Starbucks, but Leah had them, and so they were free. Yeah, matches are kind of like an emergency thing, but if I have the Volvo, like, I don't know. They are an emergency thing, but like whenever we camp with this setup, we're in a car anyways, so we can just leave if we're cold or something. And I do have redundant lighters everywhere after I didn't have a lighter that one camping trip in the snow. All right, so we've got our pot. We've got some bowls. This pot, I do need to get a new camping pot because this one is not for induction. So honestly, I think this pot just needs to go. Like, it needs to be gone. This pot's sort of sentimental. This pot was my childhood camping pot. But I need one that's induction compatible so it's more universal. We've been going to the Goodwill because this year Leah and I are not really buying new clothes, with a few exceptions. And so whenever we're there, we'll see if we can find one that's induction compatible. So that is just going bye-bye, not going camping anymore. And this needs to be washed. Jeez. The cutting board, I don't know, it takes up so little room, it could probably go with us. Let's see. Oh, the pan. I'm going to have to make a run inside at some point. Maybe we'll do that soon. We got paper towels, straight from South Dakota, I think. These are only camping because these are extra. Why do we have 3 of these? There's only 2 of us. I guess if we go camping with someone else. Anyways, those are only camping. I'm trying to think, do I really need a bowl? I guess I make oatmeal out of them sometimes. So yeah, we'll have a bowl. The rest of those can be in there. This lid goes with this pot. Let's see, this lid goes with this pan, but this pan is not induction compatible, so it's probably going. The one that I have inside, it was getting washed. It just happens to be induction compatible, and so that's really fortunate. I don't have to buy a new pan, but this pan is going bye-bye, and this lid can stay for now, but we might try to find a better lid for it. This is a utensil. This is my utensil. This needs to go in the Volvo. Got a sponge. I don't really use a sponge. I mostly just clean with paper towels. I don't know. This can go both, though. It's just a sponge. Wait, we have another lid. We have 4 lids. Is there one of these things inside one of these Starbucks cups? Because we have 4 lids and 3 cups. Let's see. We got a knife. Always good to have a knife. Doesn't take up much room. We got our lighter, another one. We got the backup lighter, salt and pepper. I mean, this should just be in both. We got the soap, that should be in both. The life straw. I don't remember why we have this. I think Leah bought it for some reason. I think that can just go with tent camping. Can opener. I should have one of those. Ooh, my Swiss Army knife is inside. Oh, Leah pointed out the red mug might be in the man cave. It's somewhere. I should have a can opener on my Swiss Army knife. Maybe this thing just... I mean, maybe we just don't bring it anymore. We don't have canned food that often anyways. Yeah, I've talked myself into it. We just got to make sure the Swiss Army knife is in the kit. The chef's knife. I don't know when I ever need 2 knives while camping. I guess I don't chop up a lot of stuff. I'm going to put that in the camping only, the tent camping only. You need a spatula, you need tongs, and a serving spoon. I'll just eat straight out of the serving container. And a cheese grater. I don't think we need that either. At least not in the Volvo camping trip. All right, our containers are now empty. I mean, you can see how over full we do this. It's bulging out on the bottom. Maybe you can't see, but it is. So now... like all of this stuff is stuff that needs to go in the Volvo and also, except for maybe the tarp, and also needs to go tent camping. I don't know. Let's see if it'll all fit in one of these brown totes, because that would make it easy. I could just make a little compartment for this to slot in, but I don't know. Let's see. And then also, no, that's not good, because then also your kitchen stuff is like mixed with your tarp, which isn't good. I think this tarp, I'm just going to put it in the camping bin. That can be permanently in the Volvo camper. These things are really cheap. I should probably just get another one. These are actually my favorite roastings. Not my favorite to use, but my favorite overall. They're just the little telescoping itsy bitsy ones, and they're really flimsy. But I found they work pretty well, and they take up no space. I like them enough. Yeah, the life straw would be good for a backpacking type trip, of course. Well, actually it wouldn't be. It's better to have just a filter. But I think she was just getting some other stuff at the store, if I remember correctly. So we should just get another one of these, and this thing can permanently live in the Volvo. So I'm going to put that in that bin. Why don't we take one of the TPs and put it in the Volvo? Yeah, we even have 2 bags here for them. So this TP can go in the Volvo all the time. I'm trying to make the least amount of stuff need to go tent camping and Volvo camping. Let's see, this can just go tent camping, I think. Trash bags, I mean, obviously we can have spare trash bags. I'll put these ones in with tent camping. We can have obviously 2 rolls of paper towels. I should be like making a list of stuff I need to like get from inside and stuff I need to buy. I'm gonna put this tote down here too, out of my way. Let's see, I don't think I have anything. Oh, I have this. Let's see, and then I can get my pen. Yeah, we're gonna make a list. Need to find something to write on though. Something to write on. I'm gonna write on this. All right, we've got, I need to get a roll of paper towels. And I need to get, so that's my list for stuff I need to get from inside. The pan. And then I need to get from the store a roasting stick. I think that's so far all we've figured out. I think we're going to have like a kitchen bin. I don't know. I'm going to have to figure it out when I do the whole storage episode, the storage part of the build. I don't really want dual DEET because it's not that expensive, but I feel like it gets old. I don't know. Or dual bear spray, so, or dual soap. So let's pile all this crap. This is all the stuff that needs to do double duty. Got the, we could get in there. Well, I guess we technically have the chef's knife in there and this knife in here. We could get another knife at the Goodwill. Not like you need a high quality knife while you're camping. At least I don't. Let's see. We're going to need to share the pots and pans. Salt and pepper we could definitely get another set of. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see. How much is left in these? Doesn't feel like there's much. They had an issue at one point. Oh, there's some in there. Okay, so yeah, I'll put these in with the Volvo stuff, and then we'll get another set of salt and pepper for car camping. And let's see, we've got the bowl. We do have 2 bowls in there. I could just make these stuff like, I mean, most of the time, 90% of the time it's Leah and I, and if someone doesn't bring a cup for themselves, I mean, plus we already have 3. I'm just gonna put this bowl and this cup in the Volvo permanently. We have been kind of meaning to get some camping utensils so we don't use paper plates, but we do have a lot of these in storage, so maybe we should use them. But obviously you can have 2 sets of paper plates, so I'll put that in the camper. Let's get those from inside. Paper plates, bowls, utensils. Let's see, these things are fairly cheap, but I kind of like to use that for both. Just because it's so tiny, it won't take much room. This needs to be for both. We got a lighter that needs to be, actually, I mean, I literally have 2 of them right here. Throw one in the Volvo and one in the camping. I think I have another one of these inside. Let me write that down to grab. Lighter, and I'll put this one in the camping. Or no, I'll put this one in the Volvo. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Yeah. And we got the shovel. This needs to go to both. We got the duct tape. That we could get another roll, but I don't know. I don't use it that fast. These things, we don't use them that fast. So I think all the rest of this stuff we kind of need. Eventually, maybe I could get like 2 sets. Because, you know, you go to the Goodwill, it's not that expensive for low quality stuff, but yeah, and a sponge is easy. Let me grab a sponge from inside. All right. Let me just see. I saw something at the corner of my eye. What is this? I don't know. So I think all this stuff that's left on the table needs to do double duty. Oh, I was just realizing. I was just talking about how this pot and this pan don't work. Why don't we just make this pot and this pan our dedicated tent camping dishes? Yeah, put those in there, and then I don't need to have those be in both kits. Okay. And then this stuff is unrelated. I'm going to put this off the table. All right. I think we're kind of through the brown totes, and we can kind of get into the fun part of doing other stuff. I do hope someone tunes in eventually, because this is a test stream, and we aren't doing much testing right now. Oh, this is a little backup inverter. I shouldn't ever need this in the Volvo because I have so much power in that car. We'll put this in the tent camping. Always good to have. All right. I think all this stuff that's left is the stuff that's going to do double duty. So I'll put that into this tote. That's probably good on the ears. All right. With the lid I think I can just go here. I'll try to get a lid for the pan I have. So I may need to put that on my list here so I don't forget it. Lid for tan. Actually, that I didn't have to buy. I don't have to buy too much stuff to make this work really well. Assuming that I, transfer all this stuff between campers, or between the car camping and the Volvo, because that's it. That's all that has to be transferred. So yeah, I can totally just build a little receptacle that, honestly, maybe I'll build like a little wooden box and I can pop it out of the Volvo and stick it in a car. I don't know. That would certainly test my woodworking skills. All right. I think we're gonna have a more difficult time trying to fit the lid on this. I hope that wasn't as bad for you as it was for me. All right, welcome to the live stream where we watch Joel try to pack, what is this saying, 4 pounds of crap into a 3-pound bag, something like that. Let's see, let's get all the dishes that we can into the pot. Let's see, can I get anything else in here? I don't think so. Then we've got these trash. Oh, we're going to be able to fit this in here once we got the stuff in the pot. I think. See, this is why our totes are bulging. I try to do this all the time. I mean, it sort of closes. What can you ask for? I'm going to go grab paper towels because there is that electric chainsaw I have. I really want an electric one, so I don't have to bother maintaining it, but at this point, I'm kind of wishing I'd gone for gas. I don't know. Probably would be just as annoying. The issue I'm having is the specific one I have. It leaks chain oil everywhere. Standing here, I really freaking feel like I'm a infomercial presenter. It's just that standing behind a table is a good way to present things, even if it's not for an infomercial. This lid is probably not in great shape. I wonder, is brake clean good for a plastic lid? I'll just put a little bit on there, try and get the oil to break down. I'm gonna wipe it off immediately. I'm guessing brake clean's not good for a plastic lid, but also probably having oil sit on top of it is also not good for a plastic lid. Okay, good enough. Where do I have a pile of paper towels somewhere? All right, so we're through the brown totes. We've got one that needs to be in both vehicles and one that's just for tent camping. I think it might be time to get on to the fun part where I show you all my new goodies that I have. Oh man, the paper towels are not in the tote. Oh wait, there are paper towels. Oh, I got the paper towels in there. This is a different roll. Jeez. Okay, got my little list here. It might be a good time to head inside and grab the stuff that I need from inside and get all the other stuff. So I have some stuff for the camp that's inside. Can you tell I'm prepared? I don't need the brake. I shouldn't need the brake clean anymore. This can is empty. Brown totes are in the walkway. Who did that? Okay. All right, well, I think I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go grab all the stuff that I need to grab from inside. Assuming I can figure out how to mute my mic. I think it's this button. Hey, I know how to mute my mic. So yeah, I will be right back. Enjoy looking at the table. By the way, it's an hour and 15 minutes after that part I need. Let's see what the phone charge is at, because it's only charging like 3 watts. That's down about 10%. I think we're good. That means we can go for like what? Nearly like 8 hours? I don't think we're gonna go for that long. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab all the stuff from inside. Enjoy looking at the inside of my shop. I forgot my list. I'm coming back. Oh, I need to like paper plates and stuff. See, I would have forgotten all this stuff. Right back again. I'm coming back. I'm almost there. What I've attached to my box here. Hey, we got a box of stuff. Hey, look at that. Chat didn't blow up while no one was here in the frame. Okay. Now we get to do the fun part of going through all the new stuff I have for the camper. So I do have a couple things I need to buy still, but I got my paper towels for the camper. I got my sponge, which actually is for the tent camper. Got my paper plates, again, for the tent camp. Oh, no, the tent camper needs paper plate. I messed this up a little bit. Paper plates over there. I don't think there's any room left in the tote. Yeah, I've got this this pan, which just happens to be induction compatible. That's for the camper. Let's see, got the little electric lighter for the camper. Again, this is, I already put the lighter in there. I went the wrong way. This stuff is for the tent camping. Okay, and what else? I think that's everything that I got that isn't new fun stuff that I'm excited to show you. Let's see. So, let's drop this box down to here, and I didn't mean actually literally, but that's what we did. Let's go through the stuff in this box first. I will bring it up to the table, and we'll put it all, and I'll describe what it is. I'm just gonna empty out the box. I know you've seen some of this stuff. probably don't need to see this. That's a drawer slide. Oh, yeah, this is just all the camping related stuff. I'm just going to try and pull out the stuff that's new. Okay, we got that. I think that might be all that's new, really. Okay, I think you got all that's new up there now. Oh wait, there's one more thing. All right, so we're gonna go through all this stuff that's on the tables, well, all the stuff that's in the boxes put on the floor. I'm gonna tell you what it is and what it's for and how it's gonna go in the camper. Oh boy, my neighbor just got home. I'm gonna be live streaming in a place you can hear me. Maybe I'll just be quiet for a little bit. Actually, I know, I'll go grab a beer and I'll be right back. I just kept them outside because it's about 35 out right now, and that's fridge temperature, right? Tonight, after our, of course, liquid death, we are having a co-pilot Pilsner. I guess here, I'll come show it to you. We don't got a zoom cam here. Co-pilot Pilsner. There you go. I'm excited for this. I've had it before, but I do like it, you know. Okay, so our induction compatible pan. Let's see, so in here, well, remember in the last video, I had a failed, oh man, I don't know if this is gonna work. I had a failed back of the seat organizer that I wanted to use. And so now I've got this thing, which as you can see is a little smaller, and I'm hoping I can hang it back of the seat though. I got no idea what's going on here. What the hell? How does this work? How does... Oh wait, we got straps here. So it just goes around your headrest and then hooks together like this, it looks like, and then hangs around the back here. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. I'm a professional. Am I? Am I getting paid? Anyways, yeah, this goes around your seat. It'll hang like this. And hopefully I can put, you know, stuff in here. It's actually pretty premium. I don't think it was all that cheap either. We'll have to see what I can do with this if it's any good. I haven't test fitted it yet. I have it in here for safekeeping for the moment. Excited for that. So this, oh, here, we can put these in here. This I'm excited for. You might know, you might recognize this. You might recognize this, maybe you don't. But this is one of those, you know, self-heating cat beds. And that just basically means it's insulated so it keeps the cat warmer. However, this is going to be my floor mat. I figured a cat bed would be great because it's, you know, really durable, but it's also nice and soft and fuzzy. So this is going to be awesome. And then it unzips and I can put this, which is a heating pad, right inside. And my feet were actually really cold on the last trip. Even though there's a heater in my footwell while I'm working, the heat just all goes right up, and the heater is about this far off of the ground, and so my feet just got cold, even with wool socks on. So I'm very excited about that. I probably don't even need the heating pad, honestly, but I don't know. We'll see. My feet will be nice and toasty. Got the tarp. We already looked at that. I got the plates. All right. Now I got stuff out of this. Now let's go with this thing first. Why don't I bring the whole box up here? Oh my God, it's so heavy. And you'll learn why in a second. All right, we've got this little battery tender. I mentioned near the end of the last video that the battery of the Volvo there, the car back here, it has pretty decent cold cranking amps. Like, it started right up today when I went to move it. But if you just use like the dome light or move the seat around a little bit, which is stuff that you do when you're using something as a camper, the battery just dies like really quick. And so I've got a little battery tender that should keep the car battery charged based on when the generator is running. So hopefully this works out for me. Yeah, we'll see. Oh, and I mentioned earlier, I believe that I'm planning to move all of the electronics back into the underfloor in the back, which in a Volvo XC70, that is where the battery is. So it'll be really easy to wire. Let's see. We've got this thing, which I'll show you. This is just kind of a goofy little thing I got. It is a CO2 detector, not a CO or a smoke detector. And it'll just let me see how stuffy it gets inside the car. Because I'm going to be in there working all day, so I can see how stuffy it is. That'll just be kind of interesting. This is kind of like a toy, really. Not really all that, practical. More hinges, because to get to the battery compartment in the back, we're going to be hinging the floor. And there's not enough hinges in there already, And I just realized there's something I forgot. It's going to take me 2 seconds. I'm going to go grab it. I'll be right back. It's something I'm really excited for, so I just got to grab it off my desk. It's some temperature sensors and stuff, and I know that doesn't sound exciting, but I'm very excited. Okay, where are they? There they are. Oh, and there's another thing in here that I forgot. I have no idea if the mics work from this far away. Let's see, there's this thing. All right, I think that's everything. Probably isn't, but I think it is. All right, on the way back. So, what's so special about these temperature sensors is that if the company that made them goes under, they are not e-waste. I'm big into repairability and that sort of thing. So these, here, I'll come up with the camera. These 4 little sensors, these are open source. The software is all open source. So if the company goes under, I can still get the app. Hear me inside, yay. Yeah, these mics are pretty good at that, 2.4 gigahertz. But anyways, these temperature sensors, completely open source. So if the company goes under, they are not e-waste, which is really important to me. The brand, they are Ruvi. And they're, I believe, a Finnish brand, which is, you don't see a lot of stuff from Finland, but I do love the game My Summer Cars, so I'm pretty cultured myself. But these ones are indoor ones, and they're just, let me see if I just turn that down a little bit. These ones are indoor ones, and they just, sit in this little silicone pouch that will screw into the plywood. I want one in the battery compartment and one up and more in the living compartment. So I got 2 of the white ones. And then these ones are more outdoor oriented. So I don't know where I'm going to mount them yet. That's going to have to be in the full video. But I'm thinking one maybe like on the solar panel or something, or on the generator. And then the other one will just be mounted like somewhere underneath the car. I'm not sure. But yeah, these things I'm super stoked on. Let me turn my light back up here. It took me, I spent probably hours searching for something like this. And just, you get the ones from Govee or whatever, and you're like, well, they're a proprietary app. If they go under, you're never getting that thing to work again. So I don't like them. So anyways, and then I also got this little thing, which this thing's a little redundant. I just kind of got it as a toy. It's sort of related to the camper. It is a CO detector, so carbon monoxide, which is the stuff that cars produce. And I'm actually also getting a CO and smoke detector combo. Oh, hey, Oregon man with the Volvo. Well, it's good you asked, because I'm in Washington, I guess. But yes, it is. And if you're watching on the shorts feed, which is where I've seen you before, you'll notice I go out of frame a lot, because this is both a vertical and horizontal video. But hey, nice to see you. I just have been talking about the Volvo. It's been like 2 weeks since I went on a camping trip with it, and it needed to be unloaded. And I'm also getting out a bunch of new gadgets. There's some more in this box here. Gadgets and showing off what I'm going to do with it. Yeah, this is a CO detector. I also have a CO smoke detector combo, like one that's meant for a house. Yeah, hey, I mean, it's all the Pacific Northwest, right? Well, I like to call where I live the inland Northwest, but that's just me. Completely different climate. I think we talked about that. But anyways, yeah, we'll have the household one mounted on the roof, and then I just kind of got this one as a little gadgety toy. I really want to try it in the Oldsmobile, because I'm pretty sure that thing has a pretty bad exhaust leak. Let's see, I guess I'll throw that in the box for now. Let's see, we got a couple more goodies in here. Let's do this one next. So in the camping trip, if you watch the video, you'll know that my Starlink, my internet, would cut out when my fridge would cycle on, which is not a good issue to have. And so I got this little capacitor board here. That's hopefully going to provide it just enough power to keep it on when the voltage sags due to the fridge kicking on. Yeah, especially so in this car I don't have anything that should be generating CO or smoke. I mean, I guess the batteries could catch on fire, but at that point I would also be on fire because it's such a small space. But better safe than sorry. But yeah, I don't have anything that should generate CO. Carbon monoxide, because I use electric heat at the moment and stuff, but definitely, better safe than sorry. It's like what, $30 or something. But yeah, someone actually commented I would not have thought of that on my own, but someone's looking out for me. But yeah, these will hopefully keep the Starlink running when the fridge cycles on, because they're running off the same 12-volt rail. And then the other side here, those are just resistors, because this capacitor is pretty simple. It doesn't have any way to limit the current that rushes into it, so the current will rush into it all at once, and that would trip the fuse or whatever in the power bank probably. So these are just so when the capacitors are dead, these resistors will just slow down their charging a little bit, and they aren't going to consume any power while the thing is idle. Yes, better safe than sorry. Now let's see, I think I just have a couple more gadgets in here. Oh, here, one more thing about these little temperature sensors for, again, Loving Dean the God Machine. I don't think I read your username out loud before. But these things, I was talking about how they are open source, so if the company goes under, they will still work. And they are temperature sensors, but I forgot to mention that they are also humidity, air pressure, and motion sensors. So as I'm moving this, good thing that was the durable one. So as I'm moving this thing around, it would be pinging my phone if I wanted it to. I don't have that turned on right now because I'm streaming. Yeah, it's a great username. But I was thinking to stick one of these on like the generator and stuff, and then like if the generator got moved, I could have it, ping me, wake me up in the middle of the night. But the motion is way too sensitive, so they would just be going off while the generator was running. And if I put one on the solar panel, it would just go off when the wind blew. And so I'm just going to get a Google Find My device and stick those on there on the solar panel and the generator. And that hopefully will notify me good enough. And if they are stolen, maybe I can track them back down. But yeah, that's just other functionalities have this kind of nifty. But, what I was getting to there is because I won't have the immediate motion sensor on the generator wake me up, I got some new bling for myself in the form of a massive chain. And the lock is not here yet, but there's a high quality, I think it's either Pack Lock or one of the other brands that's not as awful as Master Lock. Go fishing. I know your goals make me go fishing. I'm working on a camper. Maybe I'll get together with my good friend Cooper and that'll count. But yeah, I've got this in a lock, and I'm just hoping I can strap the generator to a tree, and then it will, provide it. I mean, people can get through this stuff, but if I'm like sleeping, they're gonna have to use like angle grinders and stuff, and hopefully that's enough to wake me up. And then finally, I think I mentioned this earlier, I got an induction cooktop. That's everything. So this thing is actually 1800 watts, which the extension cables I have are not rated for that. So I'll have to run it at like 1500 or maybe even a little less. Or maybe just run it at 1800 and see what happens. See how hot the extension cables get. Actually, we could do that right now. Let's play with this and see how that goes. Let's see, where's my pan? What else are we doing, Got my pan here. Let me go grab some water, and we'll try and boil some water through one of these extension cords and see what happens. Oh, geez, I just kicked my garage door sensor. Let's see, here's some water. I've got to retrieve one of the extension cords out of the car. Camping and fish, they really do. Camping and fishing go together. I don't know. I've just always been more into the adventure, which so I'm not saying fishing can't be an adventure, but let's see. This is our extension cord. Oh boy. Oh, I cannot pull out the extension cord while I'm sitting on the platform that's holding it in. Here we go. We're almost there. Come on. Oh, come on. I say we're almost there. Oh, jeez. I built this thing too snug, apparently. Oh my god, I can't get this stupid thing out of here. There. I have an extension cord free. Okay. Because honestly, it might be okay to just run something at, 1800 watts or whatever for, and long enough to boil some water. And then I'd boil the water a little faster. But let's see. Let's do a test. It's always good to know. All right. It's plugged in here. Got our induction stove on. Let's see. Random story time. My buddy was helping a random person jump their car. Oh no. The cables were, because yeah, that would be a dead short. So there'd be a lot of current running through there. Yeah. I want to say I might've done that before. And the cables I didn't get to the point of melting because I noticed pretty soon, but definitely might've. What am I doing here? But yeah, that's because that's just a dead short. So the batteries are just pumping all of their current through the cables. They're just acting like big old resistors. Well, not big resistors. Okay, we got some water. Let's just fill it up to the top like you're trying to boil a lot of water. And let's see if this cable gets too hot. I think it's rated for about 1500 watts, so we're not over-speccing it by that much. On. Power level, 1800, baby. All right. Oh, I should go get... Actually, I'll be right back. I'm going to go get the kilowatts so we can actually see how much power it's using. Yeah, there's just something that'll tell us what it's using. Hey, boy. We're inside. This is where I really wish I had an attached garage. Wouldn't have to go through so many doors. There it is. At least I know where it is. I don't have to go looking for it. Okay, we got the kilowatt. Now we can see how much power it's using. Oh, I might even be able to prop it up so you can see. I don't know, that'll probably be a little small. Yeah, the clips were red hot. Yeah, let's see. I don't think you'll be able to see. I better just set it up so I can see it. Let's get this cable untied. The other day I learned that not everyone puts twist ties on the same way. I always go, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey for twist ties. But I was getting some bulk food from Winco, or Leah and I were, and she tied the twist tie backwards, and it was driving me nuts trying to get it untied. All right, so now I can see how much power we're using. Let's turn it on. I said let's turn it on. Oh, helps if you have the plug fully inserted. Any good camping pans, whatever you got around. Gas stove to cook while fishing and been wanting a nice pan. Yeah, I'm no chef. I just do what gets by. This pan was free from my parents. That's my philosophy with camping pans. You don't want something nice. I'm also just pretty hard because I do off-roading and stuff, so this stuff all gets jostled around. I don't know. One of my friends is but he has a cast iron, and that's nifty, but I haven't bothered to get into that yet. All right, 1800 watts, and we are going up 1300, 1500. I did test this inside actually, and it only pulls about 1700 watts really. Right now, probably due to the resistance of the extension cable, it's only pulling 1650. And the cable is still cold to the touch. Couldn't even tell. 1600, yeah, I mean, we're only over-speccing this cable by like 150 watts. I don't even know if it's going to get warm. We might not even have to worry about it. It might be on it. But it's good to test here in a controlled, relatively controlled environment out in the camper. Oh, no, hey, this is getting up to 1680, 1600 and... 80 watts, almost 1700 watts. So we're over-speccing the cable by like a couple hundred watts, but it's still cold to the touch. See how long it takes for the water to boil. Yeah, we're gonna, I might have mentioned this last time you were watching, but we're going to, we've been going to the Goodwill because we aren't buying any new clothes because the clothes industry is terrible. There's all that stuff. And well, that means we're going to the Goodwill a lot more often. So I'm just going to be checking because I do need actually an induction compatible pot. And so I'm going to be trying to find one of those at the Goodwill. See, I don't have any good recommendations for a camping pan. I guess I would have to say non-stick because you got to clean it with, you know, out of sink and stuff. But other than non-stick, I don't care enough. I don't know enough. I'm not a chef enough. That's just what this one is. It's an old non-stick. Like I said, I got it from my parents for free. Oh man, I'm already starting to see bubbles. Induction cooktops are crazy. Yeah, our cord is still completely cold to the touch. Honestly, this cord is like a much larger gauge. The extension cord is a much larger gauge than the cord to the burner, so I don't know. Oh hey, it got up to a full 1700 and it's a little over 1700 now. It's pulling some power. You can recommend, but I cannot guarantee you, and in fact I can probably guarantee you I won't buy them. But I can't understand nerding out over stuff like that. Like I said, my friend has one, and it's cool, and I understand. I just don't want I don't want to deal with it. But yeah, go for it. Yeah, sitting around 7. It's weird how when you set this to 1800 watts, it doesn't pull 1800. Ooh, we're already getting some steam. And maybe I should go get some tea. Yeah, 1700 watts almost exactly. Oh yeah, these are still just completely cold to the touch. In fact, I think this cable might be getting warmer than my extension cord. Well, this is exciting content, eh? Waiting, we're literally sitting here watching water boil. But yeah, I think this is a good test to have done though, because that means I don't have to worry about it when I'm camping. I'll hook. So I had the space heaters. I have 2 of them. I have them both running at 650 watts. I'll have those running through one extension cord, and then I'll have all my electronics as well as this cooktop running through the other extension cord because I have 2 of them. Oh yeah. Go to stainless steel or cast iron. You know, I've never, unless this is stainless steel. I like I said, I don't know much about pans, but I've never like I mean, I guess they're the stainless steel ones. Are they made like just like the cast iron with one chunk of steel, or do they look more like a conventional pan? Yeah, if I see a cast iron at the Goodwill when I'm in there looking for pots and pans, I will be a little tempted to pick it up for sure, and maybe a stainless steel. Now it's dropped back down to about 1680 watts, but we're just about boiling here. This thing does make a pretty awful high-pitched noise when it's running at full power. This one, I'll bet you whatever you think this induction burner cost, it's less, because I'll just tell you, it was only like 50, 60 bucks. And it's, of course, an off-brand. It's an Impava. But it was a lot cheaper than the brand name ones. There's about boiling. Let's see, I guess are the cables getting any kind of warm? This cable might be a little bit above ambient, the one that's actually came with the burner, but yeah, my extension cable, it's just cold to the touch. Yeah, completely. Yeah, I do. That's the main, honestly, that is, it's not the main reason, but it's definitely part of the care. Taking care of them is part of the reason why I haven't gone with a cast iron or anything yet, because, well, I mean, I guess with non-stick, I just know that you don't use metal utensils in it because that wears off the coating. But beyond that, you know, I just clean them, soap and water. But I know with cast iron, like you shouldn't clean them. You should just like wipe them out or something. I could learn it, and maybe, like I said, if I see one at the Goodwill or whatever, I don't know. I have this pan which I'm happy with, but like I said, I need a pot. I have a camping pot. It's the crappiest pot you've ever seen in your life, and it was also free. So, but it is not induction compatible. Actually, yeah, our cast iron, they would be, right? Yeah, because they're just a hunk of metal. They should be induction compatible, right? Why would you want to? You could probably, can't you like reset the cast iron, like clean it and like actually clean it with soap and stuff, and then re-season it and such? Yeah. Yeah, we're boiling pretty well here. I mean, not quite a rolling boil yet. They're doing pretty well. No, I mean, like I said, I think the cable for the cooktop is warmer than the extension cord. I'm not even worried about it anymore. I'm glad I did this though. Yeah, I'd have to check for like, because I don't know. I am a little bit of a nerd about stoves, mostly thanks to the channel, the YouTube channel, Technology Connections. Um, but I'm pretty sure they would work with. I had decaf coffee. Oh, I do have my coffee set up here. I don't have any beans. um, but induction, of course, is a little more particular. But I think mainly the test is if a magnet sticks to it, and the magnet's going to stick to. Yeah. I don't want a bean delivery. I got this beer and another beer. I'm all set. Yeah, we're at a rolling boil now. Neither of the cables are warm. Well, like I said, this one's maybe a little above ambient, but the extension cord, like it's just straight up ambient. It might be a little more flexible, but it's not like warm to the touch even. Nice stainless steel. I'll have to, yeah, we'll just have to see what's at the Goodwill. But I guess I got to turn this thing off. That was very uneventful. Nothing went up in flames. Almost a little disappointing. Well, man, now what? That took honestly a lot less time than I thought it would. I'm gonna stick around and hang out because this is basically what I had planned for my evening. But maybe I should pull the platform out of the car. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Did I leave? I didn't leave anything in the fridge, did I? No, the fridge is empty. I should probably prop it open though. Grab like a chunk of wood or something. Here we go. Doesn't get musty in there. All right. Now I don't know what to do with this water. I guess let's go dump it in the driveway. Try not to spill it. I mean, not that it really matters. As long as I don't spill it on myself. There we go. All right. Guess I'll put this back on the burner. Yeah, this is going to be great. I think I think what I'm going to do with this actually for storage, yeah, we'll see. I might end up with the cast iron. We'll see. It just all depends on what the Goodwill. Probably people aren't putting too many cast irons at the Goodwill. I don't know. But I think I'm going to try to make some sort of storage solution for this on top of the fridge, because I can really easily reach the fridge. So like if I could just have this burner like sit on top of the fridge, but it needs to be like attached somehow. Maybe I could like 3D print an enclosure or something for it, or like some hooks that'll just hold it in place, and then when I open the fridge it won't get in the way or anything. Like that'd be kind of nice. So I do have the manual. Just want to know, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. A lock, you got a timer, a melt setting, a warm setting, a simmer setting, and then your temp and power. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I really need this. I don't know, I'll keep it around just in case. Now I can't put this thing in my freaking box because it's hot. I feel like a cooking channel now. The water back into the water cycle. I mean, isn't that where all water eventually goes? Made it a little quicker. All right. I don't know. I don't have any other chores. I guess I do have some stuff to clean up here. I guess the streaming setup is portable. All right, let's go over to the trash. As you know, implying that we're not at the trash right now. Oh boy, how portable is this now? It's not the lightest. Oh boy, we're on the move. And should I take this like on the bus? Should I become an IRL streamer? All right, welcome to my trash cans. You might say this is a trashy YouTube channel. I'm gonna go grab my garbage and then we'll sort it. Okay. You know what? Let's make that the goal, at least for now, to just get to having the shop all tidied and clean. Always a good goal to have. Oh boy, the recycling's already full. Those packages I paused because they were heavy, and it's because they have a banana peel in them. Ah, boy. That's garbage. And that's that. Composting. Now that's definitely something I'm going to do once I own my own place. I'm renting right now, and I don't really want to set that up, you know, before I move. But yeah, that's definitely something, because Leah also does like to garden a little bit. So definitely something at some point, but I'm saving it for owning a house, which honestly might be by the end of the year. Been saving a lot. We just about have the old down payment set up. All right. Let me put this back where it was roughly. But yeah, that's close enough. My family always did composting when I was growing up, so I'm familiar. My dad is a huge gardener. He didn't use his compost all that much in the garden, though. Oddly enough, he mostly just used it as, you know, not having to take it to the dump, because that was convenient, and we had enough property where we could just, you know, dump it somewhere. See, this needs to go inside. Like the first summer I think we were here, Leah made like chili peppers and stuff, and that was freaking delicious. I made some bomb salsa. Oh yeah, I mean, even if I just even just the part of me that's cheap as hell, just wants to do composting, then I can, you know, give it away or even try to sell it on Facebook Marketplace, and then I just don't have to, you know, throw it out. All right, let's get this unplugged. Throw this back in the car for now. Let's actually throw all these cables back in the car. Okay. Let's see, what was I gonna do next? I was gonna try and tidy up a little bit. I don't need to tidy too much because the Subaru over here, it's I got the rear differential back into it, and then I remembered that one of the front CV boots is gone. So the CV axles in this thing are impossible to find. So I've ordered a new CV boot, and we're gonna re-grease it. Hopefully get back on the road, but unfortunately the only place that had one for any sort of price that made sense was Rock Auto, so that's not here for another week now. So it's just stuck here. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're thinking we'll still move to somewhere else that's in town pretty much, so we'll probably just have a bin. Unless we find a great deal on some actual, like, you know, third acre, half acre or something. That would be nice, but I don't foresee that. Yeah, at least a bin or something. Yeah, I don't know if I don't think I really need to put much of this away because I'm just gonna be working on the camper next. Like I said, the Subaru, it just needs to wait. So I think over the next week, I'm just gonna be doing the camper. And when all this stuff, of course, is camper related. What's in this bag? Oh. That's stuff from the last live stream that needs to go inside that I forgot to put inside. I'm going to put that in my pile of the other stuff to put inside. Whoopsies. Oh. Let's see. So I got all the stuff off of this list I made. I still need to get another one of those little mini roasting sticks. Another salt and pepper. Oh yeah, I do need a lid for this pan. Dude, the Volvos are a good deal. They are. I don't know. The marketplace algorithm, of course, you know, I always click on them just because I have one and I want to know what they're worth, and they seem like absolute bargains. Like it probably that Volvo probably isn't worth much more than Leah's little Kia, and the little Kia is just so much less of a car. Like, sure, it's a little more reliable. Actually, a lot more reliable. Though the Volvo's, like, it's a scale, like, here's the worst BMW, and here's the Volvo, and here's the Kia, you know? It's like, they're pretty close. But the maintenance costs are definitely a little more on the Volvo, but it's just so much more car. Oh, the fuel is also very much worse. But that's, you know, because it's not an Econo box. But it has so many more features. I think people are just kind of scared of them because they're Volvos. You know, European. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I've heard too much negative about even new Volvos. But yeah, especially the old ones. Like when I bought this one, it's like that old 5-cylinder, the T5, is very reliable. Hey, Griffin. Thanks for giving 70 cents to me and 30 cents to YouTube. You could have, I see you in person, you could have just given me $1. But thank you. I forget what Honda did you have? You told me. I forget. God, was it an old Accord or something? But yeah, I can claim it as a tax deductible. Dude, I'm almost done with my taxes. I'm just waiting on one of the banks. Yeah. No, the Volvos are good, or the Hondas, whichever you're talking about, honestly. Both are good. Yeah. I had the RSX, obviously. Loved that thing. Just didn't make sense. It was a great do-it-all car. And now I have 2 cars and a motorcycle and frame and 2 more cars out in the yard there. And so I could get the dedicated sports car. Oh, that's right. Yeah, 2006. I remember because that's peak Honda. No, I got a OnePlus Pad 3 as a tablet. And so actually my entire setup is mounted on this tripod here, so I can just take it and walk around if I want to. So yeah, it's just a big old tablet. And I got it for like other reasons, but then I was like, hey, it would be really good for this. So yeah, I have the same the what's the congregation, the thing that puts all the comments together that you're seeing on screen. That's just a web URL, so I just have that web URL pulled up on the tablet. And then of course I have all the streaming services, so I can remove comments if I need to. If I just have to walk up here and then I can see all the stuff. But also Leah's a moderator, so she can remove stuff if she catches it. Test? What are you testing? Are you testing to see if you can get banned or something? Yeah, that the Volvo would definitely be a little more capable. I mean, honestly, the stock XC70, well, yeah, it'll still be more capable than the Volvo. I guess my definition of capable is scaling up as I lift the Volvo more and more. But yeah, I was, even in stock form, I was very impressed with the traction. Like, it was faster than all of my other cars in the snow, than the other cars were in the dry, pretty much. I think now the only exception to that would be the BMW. Is probably faster in the dry, but yeah, no, it's been a really good car. I mean, I think it was a little neglected before I got it. I bought it wrecked, mine, but it was also a little neglected, so it was overdue for a timing belt if it hadn't been done before. But honestly, the timing belt on these is an absolute pleasure as far as timing belt jobs go. You don't even have to you don't have to really pull that much at all. You just have to access it kind of from the front fender, from the front wheel well. I think the worst thing I've had to do to the car by far is the power steering rack. It was totaled. It was totaled and wrecked, but very minor wreck. But yeah, enough so that, like I said, these are good deals. They aren't really worth anything, and so they got totaled from very little damage. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, even in the stock form, though, the 2-inch lift was absolutely painless and super easy. I can't recommend that enough. The 4-inch lift that I did later, that was a lot more involved and expensive. But the 2-inch lift, it's like literally costs like less than $50 if you have a 3D printer. And if you don't have a 3D printer, I mean, you can buy the parts for a couple hundred. And it was really generally easy to install. Though I did need a welder, I guess. So there is that. But I also showed in the video where I do the 3D printed lift kit, the first one, I show the part that you would need if you didn't have like a welder. So yeah, I cannot recommend the first 2-inch lift enough. The 4 inches is maybe a little overkill. Like, this thing's really capable now, but the 2-inch lift made a lot of difference and didn't really have a lot of downsides and was easy to install. Oh, I don't remember if I finished answering the totaled not wrecked, but yeah, it ran and drove. It just had a little fender bender. It was completely fine. I just had to get it retitled and stuff. I mean, the Subaru wagons those should always be on your radar, but they'll probably be roughly the same price, if not a little more expensive, and maybe a little less feature rich, and also less unique, but they probably get better fuel economy. So I don't know. But yeah, the Subarus, of course, they have the best all-wheel drive system. I bought an Outback, a 2003 2003, 2002, that somewhere in there. I bought an Outback from the salvage auction at the same time as I bought the Volvo. I mean, I guess you know which one I kept, but the Volvo's a 2007, so it's a lot newer. But yeah, the Outback was just, I don't know, it was a lot older, but it wasn't comparable. Yeah, I'm trying to think of any other wagons that are all-wheel drive. There's got to be some. Those are the only two I really have experience with. I haven't driven that many cars, generally. Oh, there's the, that's going to be a little higher maintenance, Fizz. He has a Fizz Gaming Productions. He has a Cayenne. Those are really, really cool. But you take a little hit for reliability there. And also, that's an SUV, not a wagon. I'm trying to think what other all-wheel drive wagons there are. There's definitely others. There's the Audis, but those are a nightmare to maintain once you get back 20 years. Oh yeah, those are cool. Those are going to be a little. 4Runners are probably going to be a little more expensive, but yeah, those are, of course, everyone knows and loves those. Yeah, 4Runners are expensive. Yeah, but that's actually what Leah always sees those and is like, "Oh man, that's cool." And I'm like, "Is it $10,000 to $20,000 cool?" Well, I guess that one's dead. I do have another one sitting out in the bushes. Grab a. Well, I'll keep streaming at least until I finish this second beverage here. If I can find it in the bushes. Here we are. Kept it out here because it's cold. Though I guess not as cold as you are up in Pennsylvania. Now this is a Teton Sparkling Pomegranate Hard Cider. Very nice. Oh yeah, there you go. Honda CR-V. Those are excellent. Oh, and also the Honda Element. You can get those in all-wheel drive. I don't know if there's quite as much, like if you are looking to lift it, I don't know if there's quite actually, no, people have definitely lifted the CR-V. I just haven't looked into it. But yeah, those are really good. Or I mean, they probably lifted the CR-V, but I was talking about the Element. Element is cool. I have no idea how good the all-wheel drive system is on those. I will say that. Because I think, I don't know, do they even have, I don't think your Honda Fizz even has, yeah, yours doesn't have any of the traction control stuff. I don't know if the Element does either. I forget. I don't know how Honda's all-wheel drive system stacks up. I definitely know it's worse than Subaru, but so is Volvo's. But I know that Volvo's is like halfway decent. But yeah, I don't think Honda's all-wheel drive system is quite as good, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I really want, maybe, I don't know, maybe Leah's watching. If she gets a break, maybe she'll come out and take a picture and post it in chat. But I really want to share what my, I don't think I have any way to put it up on screen, unfortunately. I really want to share what my streaming setup looks like. It looks goofy. Maybe I'll post it as a community post on YouTube after this. Do you want me to make dinner? Yeah, you could. I mean, I don't know. I just got to finish this beverage and I'll be done, or I could eat it on stream, either way. Oh yeah, any all-wheel drive is better than, I mean, most of them do a good job of sending power to the front and the back. It's just to, you know, either side, which is the old traction control system. That's the cheap way to do it. But yeah, yeah, I just don't know. I haven't done any of the Honda all-wheel drive stuff. I think the Elements are cool though. I don't know if you could get them with an all-wheel drive in manual, but I know you could get them all-wheel drive, and I know you can get them manual. Oh, interesting. See, I've mostly done front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive because I'll just go through my car history. So my first car, the car I learned, okay, here we'll go with the cars I learned on. I learned on a 98 Dodge Caravan, which was an absolute dog. I think it had like a 3-speed box or something, a 3-speed slush box automatic. Obviously front wheel drive, but you weren't having any fun with that. So I did get it up to 100 once. It took like, I think 2 miles at least. But then the other car was my dad's pickup, which of course is usually rear wheel drive. And I did drift that like a time or two. Hopefully he's not watching. I doubt it. And anyways, that was like 10, 15 years ago. And I didn't wreck it. But then my first car was a 98 Corolla, which I actually liked that era Corolla a lot. I want to get another one at some point, but they're getting kind of expensive and hard to find in good shape, just because, you know, they were econo boxes. But I think that thing was really chuckable. Like, it had a lot of body roll and stuff, but it was before cars got so heavy. My dad had the next generation, like a 2004, and that thing understeered way worse than mine. Like, mine understeered too, but that one understeered way worse. And it also just, I don't know, it just felt worse to me. But he also had crap tires on it, so maybe that was it. Anyway, yeah, I really liked the Corolla. Dead reliable, slow as hell, but I liked it a lot. Then I upgraded to the RSX, which was a front wheel drive hot hatch, and that thing was a blast. But still front wheel drive, which was kind of a bummer. And then after that, let's see, what did I get next? I got the Crown Vic next because I did want that rear wheel drive experience, which I did have for a couple years, and now I've sold it. It was a police interceptor. It was a fun car. I lifted that thing as well. But yeah, that was definitely, I had my Crown Vic experience. I feel like a lot of gearheads need to, or feel like they need to have one. Oh, sorry, Leah, I missed that. I'm a little hungry. Not really. I don't know. It's 6:45 here. You could probably get started on dinner. And then while I still own the Crown Vic, the next one was the Subaru, yeah, which is actually a four-wheel drive, not an all-wheel drive. It has a little push button, and then you engage the center differential, and it puts power to the rear wheel. So it's a front-wheel drive, four-wheel drive wagon. I really like it. I really love it's such a unique drivetrain. You don't find four-wheel drive cars anymore, and you especially don't find anything four-wheel drive that has it's front-wheel drive based. Like the Volvo's all-wheel drive and it's front-wheel drive based. You find lots of those, but nothing four-wheel drive. Then let's see, after that, it would be, yeah, I got the Volvo and the Subaru from the salvage auction. And right around there, oh, I also got the Goldwing. I think I got the Goldwing. I can't remember if that was before or after the salvage auction. Oh yeah, I love driving too. I've been itching for a road trip. Here, once I got like 2 more cars to go. And then I'll talk about the road trip that I've planned. But I got the Subaru Outback and the Volvo from the salvage auction. And those are my first all-wheel drive experience. And then I've got my grandpa's Oldsmobile now. And that thing is just an old classic American. Can you see it back there? I don't think so. Oh, yeah, you can kind of see it right over there to my left of the Volvo. I guess that'd be your right. I think. No, is it your left? I don't know, but it's like right over there. It's the old Oldsmobile. But no, yeah, my parents, a story they like to tell is that I found the back scratch. They had one of those rolly back massagers, and I found that thing and would play with it. And then they're like, oh, maybe we should get this kid some, Hot Wheels or something. Or maybe I was too young for Hot Wheels. And but I like road trips. I like the technical off-roading. I like going fast. I like pretty much all of it. Yeah, when it snows, I love the snow. Trains? What about trains? I do like trains, but I haven't owned any. Yeah, we didn't. Oh yeah, I got train toys. Yeah, of course. But I had lots of Brio, the the non-Thomas model trains, or not model, but wooden trains. But yeah, I love the snow. I didn't where I grew up. I grew up on the west side of the mountains here, which we get less snow, less extreme winters, less extreme summers, temperate rainforest or whatever. And so I didn't get much snow, so I didn't have too much experience in that. But whenever it would come, I'd be ripping that e-brake in my front wheel drive Corolla. But yeah, I have always enjoyed getting out and driving in the snow. I did know of lots of gravel parking lots that I'd go play in with my Corolla. But yeah, I always, everyone hates the snow, but I love it. It's part of the reason I still live here, because I always figured I'd go back over to the west side and find somewhere over there, because I do still really like it over there, but I just like the climate here better. But yeah, I also I really like the feeling of being prepared. You know, I got the right tires, I got the right car. I'm prepared for the snow. I can go where I want still. Whether it's honestly, the Subaru is definitely more capable now because it has the rear locker when it's working, and the 4-wheel drive, and I have chains for it. It's great. Oh yeah, the hills. Well, that's one thing. The snow in the Pacific Northwest, when it does snow, on the other side of the mountains, it is always so humid over there, and it's usually a very warm snow, like right around freezing, and so it really gets slippery and icy. It is a completely different experience driving in the snow in the Pacific Northwest, like around Seattle, than it is driving in the snow, even here in Spokane, generally. And yeah, and there's also hills. Your mom has a good point. Like in the Midwest, there's no hills. Like Leah experienced that when she first moved here and didn't have winter tires yet. She had a very bad experience trying to get up a hill. And she did do driving in the snow, but she did it while she was at college near Chicago. So Chicago's a big city. I think that's okay to say on the stream. That's not private information. But yeah, I definitely remember some experiences when I was a kid where my mom was driving in the snow and like the minivan would get sideways and I'd be like, yes, and my mom would be like, ah. Oh, no, that sounds like fun to me. I can't tell if the emoji is happy or sad. It's not big enough. It's sad. See, that sounds like fun to me. Maybe not for your mom. The road trips. So over the past over a week or two, about a week ago, Leah and I would get up like every morning at 7 a.m. and try and reserve something. If you ever tried to reserve something with recreation.gov, you'll know it opens up at like 7 in the morning, and it's a freaking mad dash to whoever can get it reserved right. And so in about 6 months, we're going to be doing a road trip that I'm really excited for. I don't think I want to say more than that yet, but it's going to be I'll say it's going to be in theme with the channel. Yeah. I was specifically talking about when my mom was drifting accidentally, and I would be like, hell yeah, and she would be unhappy. Like, this was before I could even drive. I haven't driven around because, like I said, we don't get much snow over there, so I haven't driven other people out in the snow too much. But I guess I have Leah, and she doesn't necessarily ever appreciate riding with me in the snow. But yeah, it's a good time. I like it. The Volvo isn't the best. The Subaru, honestly, yeah, the Subaru is definitely the best at drifting in the snow. Because the Volvo has the all-wheel drive system that has to kick in, which it does a good job. The Oldsmobile has the open differential. Well, I guess I have the BMW, but it also has an open differential and is really low. So yeah, the Subaru is probably the best. I hope I can get it fixed. The differential has been giving me issues. It has a aftermarket rear locker. You know, this stuff's probably cooled down enough by now to be put in the box. Excited for all those changes. I'm gonna get working on the camper again tomorrow. Actually, yeah, you can probably see since the first time you tuned in, I believe. It has like installation and stuff now. I don't know if you're a long form type of guy, but if you are, I'm really proud of those videos. They're just like the most recent couple or so. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. The first piece of advice I give to people driving in the snow is go find an empty parking lot and just rip the e-brake or floor it or slam on the brakes and just see what the car does. Like just make emergency maneuvers so you know what to do. And the one thing I hate when people say, maybe you'll have a different opinion on this, but I really disagree with this, is people say to shift the car into a lower gear, like in an automatic, put it in 2 instead of leaving it in drive, like when going down hills. And I think that is the stupidest advice I've ever heard. I've seen it a lot on Reddit, like when people do like, oh, it's time to get ready for winter driving. And in my opinion, that's the same as braking, except it's more difficult to stop braking if the wheels lock up. Because if you downshift into a gear, the wheels could lock up. Whereas if you're using the brake pedal, you can just release the brake. Whereas, you have to shift out of the gear. So, I don't know. Yeah, turn the wheel hard, that sort of thing. It's just, like I said, I didn't have much snow growing up, but I knew where all the gravel parking lots in town were. I was not very easy on that old Toyota Corolla. But yeah, that advice to downshift in snow, like when I was driving my RSX, it had just all seasons on it because it was going too fast and turning. That's you got to do one at a time. But I had just crappy all seasons because we didn't get snow much. But I had to get to college, and I took a really long route that didn't involve hills, or at least not as extreme hills. But at one point, I was just cruising at like a couple 3,000 RPM, and I started coasting because I needed to slow down for a stop sign. And the freaking car, the wheels locked up. And so I had to put in the clutch, which was really easy in a manual transmission, obviously. But if I was in an automatic and I'd put it into like second gear, I would have to think of how to put the car into, oh, did I get you? I was making popcorn and I was cleaning up, and instead of picking up the kernels, I dropped them into the stove, into the little catch tray as a little surprise for Leah. And I think it just worked. How startled were you? But yeah, when I was just coasting in like second or third gear, the wheels locked up, and if that was in an automatic, it'd be a lot harder to remember what to do to shift out of gear into neutral. And so I don't know. I don't like that advice. I always put a comment on Reddit or whatever saying, hey, I disagree. Oh boy, the neighbors just got home. They're like, what the hell is he doing? I mean, I do have the stickers on my car, so if they wanted to find me, they could. I really might. I'm very tempted to put wheels on this desk and make it my workbench, because it's not a very good. I think the main reason this table ended up at the Goodwill, we got this thing for like $15 at the Goodwill. It's a sit-stand desk, and these kits go for like $80, even the cheapest ones on Amazon. Oh, you have it. You aren't. No, I'm a manual stan. Like a lot of gearheads. You just have the daily one. That's how you get good. When I first got my RSX, I was just like you. I just barely knew how to drive, and I would say it probably took me a good 2 to 3 weeks to really learn how to drive that thing, and get smooth. And I did, watch the really basic videos on YouTube about how to shift smoothly and how to get started smoothly. But yeah, my grandpa taught me on old white pickups, or not white pickups, just old pickups. And, driving a pickup, a manual pickup, especially old ones, is very different from driving a manual car, especially a sports car, because the clutch is like 2 feet long and the shifter, you go from here to here. Whereas in a car, the clutch is much shorter and the grab point's much narrower, and it doesn't have as much torque, and the shifter goes from here to here. It's very different, but it was definitely a learning curve. I don't know. I always say with manuals, you just get used to it. Like there's not a lot of traffic around here, but I have sat in traffic for probably maybe a total of a couple hours or so. And whenever I do, I honestly appreciate having the manual, because that's always the argument against them, right? But I appreciate having the manual because it just gives me something to do. But I also have undiagnosed ADHD and such, so I don't know. I always like it's good practice. I don't know. It's just, and it's also just second nature. Like, I don't even think about it. But I guess it also depends on how much you drive. But well, then again, I don't know. I like a manual more in all cases. Oh man, my favorite story about well, the worst part about switching from automatics to manuals is when they have the floor handbrake, because it sure seems a lot like a clutch sometimes if you're on autopilot. So one time I was like trying to get going in my parents' Camry, and it has the foot pedal handbrake, and so it was like really jerky. And they're like, "What the hell are you doing?" I was like, "I was trying to use the clutch," and they just looked at me like I was freaking from a different planet. But oh, and also in similar vein to always grabbing the stick, I learned to drive, like I said, on my mom's Dodge Caravan, and that has a column shifter. And so like when I was like in driver's ed, and even in some of my cars, I would reach up and go like and just turn on the wipers full speed. It's the worst. Yeah, it's getting a little chilly. Actually, I can tell you exactly what temperature it is thanks to those thermometers I was showing off earlier. I just got to walk up here and open up the app. See, it'll take me a minute, but I can tell you what temperature it is. It's just taking me a minute because I'm doing a little reconfiguration of my little menu here. This tablet, like I mentioned earlier, is new. It is, oh boy, it's in full screen. I didn't mean to do that. Go back. Oh God. Maybe it's not as easy as I thought it'd be. What the heck is going on here? Oh, here we are. Oh, these haven't fully adjusted to being outside yet. They still say it's 48. They haven't quite acclimated because it's definitely in the 30s. I guess I can't tell you what temperature it really is. Okay. Yeah, no, I definitely startled both myself and the driver's ed teacher a few times by turning the wipers on full blast. I still, one of my bucket list items is to drive a manual 3 on the tree. So they have the column shifter, but they're a manual. Oh yeah, Volvo put the same drivetrain into their XC90. And honestly, if you want a really cool car, they made an XC90. Well, I don't know why I'm pointing at that, but it had a Yamaha V8 in it, which is freaking cool. And the maintenance is a little more expensive than the Turbo 5, but they're so cool. So yeah, they made the XC90 the same time, it's basically the same car, but an SUV. You definitely want to do some research. There's this guy who found my channel a while ago and subscribed and commented. Now I subscribe to him, and his name is Burn on Cars, and he's also a Volvo enthusiast, and I've learned a lot about the different drivetrains and such available with them. Obviously, like I said, the crown of the XC90 is the V8, the Yamaha V8. But if you go do some research, you might be able to find one that's a little more reliable, maybe. But because like the Turbo 5, it's a little underpowered for the XC90, from what I understand. It's a heavier car. I mean, I guess this car gets up and moving. Actually, I still have on my whiteboard here my 0 to 60 leaderboard. I did a video a while ago where I got a GPS speedometer, and so I don't know. It looks like it might be mirrored, but over here is all the time. So the XC90 does 0 to 60 and almost in the very low 8s. So I mean, it's not a slouch. It's not the fastest thing, but it gets moving. But yeah, the XC90 is very cool. I don't know. I love wagons so dang much. I have been tempted to upgrade, especially to the V8, but I don't know. People like straight pipe the V8, and they sound so good because it's a relatively small displacement V8. Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, you got a lot of options. That's one of the nice things about old cars is you already know it's reliable. All the issues have been found. With the Volvos, with the T5, the biggest issue is the PCV system, and so, well, one of the biggest issues, and so you can find videos online of how to like test it before you buy it, which I did not do with this car, but I seem to have gotten relatively lucky. So I don't know, they're pretty reliable generally, which is, you know, kind of unique for a German car from this era. Oh man, I think I might, even with all of my skill for rambling, I think I might have ran out of things to talk about. But yeah, no, I don't know. I wouldn't not own a new car, but I don't know. I'd have to have really, like I'd have to have money. I don't know. The old cars, they're so much more interesting. There's a lot bigger community. Like I mean, I guess I can get it because I like playing, you know, I will buy a video game, you know, the day it releases, and that's a really interesting experience to like figure out with the community what the video game's all about. And I suppose it could be kind of similar with cars, maybe for rich people, but yeah. Yeah, there wasn't a lot actually. I was surprised on the Volvo's power steering rack online. Like generally this car's been pretty good for online support, but the power steering rack wasn't. But like you said, there still was a video or two of people replacing it that I was able to kind of follow along with. So yeah, the older cars. I mean, and now you and I are both, I'm sure, gonna feel old, but 10-year-old cars from 2016, and like that's a lot of people consider that an old car. And there's probably a lot of stuff on how to fix them and maintain them. The biggest issue I have, and why I bought this thing that I'm going to go grab right now, is all the dang, you know, I don't have an issue with the cars being so dependent on computers. I just have an issue with them being so dang closed down. So I did buy, you know, a really fancy scanner with all the accessories I got with it. It was like $800, but it's already been, you know, great. You know, 26. I mean, hey, 2016 was the year I graduated high school. So there you go. Yeah, 10 years since I've been out of high school. Did I peak? Definitely not. I was a nerd in high school. No, not a nerd. I was annoying in high school. There you go. But yeah, my day job is software development, and so I don't mind computers and software and all that stuff. But like I was talking about with these, you know, sensors, the temperature sensors, they're open source. That's why I bought them. And I am still a nerd, but maybe a little less annoying at least. But the temperature sensors, like they're all open source, but all the cars, none of them are freaking open source, and none of them are even close. None of them even give you tools to read the computers. It's like intentionally hostile. And tools like this, I mean, like this hardware, this is like a $50 Android tablet and a $20 Bluetooth dongle, but it costs $800 because they have to put so much work into like reverse engineering all of the software for the cars, and that's why it's so expensive. And then there's also a subscription service if you want up-to-date information on the newest cars. And it's insane that there's a market for that because the manufacturers should provide that from the factory. That's what the government, in my opinion, the government needs to do something about that. Yeah, I'm definitely the same way. That's one of the reasons, like, for example, with you fishing, I am very hesitant at this point to get into new hobbies, because if I do, I get into new hobbies. I go hard. But maybe I can try to be a casual fisherman. I don't know. Maybe just for you, I'll try to go fishing with Cooper this year, and then that'll be a little bit of a compromise. I know he'd be down. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. No promises. Also, I guess this is sort of an interesting thought I just had. The whole mission I'm trying to visit a bunch of fire lookouts, and I'm trying to visit a bunch of different fire lookouts, and there's no rivers on the top of mountains, so it's kind of incompatible. I don't know, but yeah, sounds like fun. Well, I think this has been a lot of fun. I'm glad you tuned in. Yeah, this was mostly actually just a test stream because I got the tablet and I wanted to try stuff. Actually, there's supposed to be a freaking package delivered before I was started streaming, but it didn't come. It's supposed to allow me to charge the phone at full speed while I use the microphone, but it did not come. So the phone's been charging at 3 watts, which means it's been discharging, and now it's at 50%. You know, I do love camping on a river or something. So I can't. You got me there. I like visiting fire lookouts, but I mean, you can't argue with camping next to some water. But yeah, I guess the phone's it's still at like 50%, but it's gone down a few 10%, and that stupid thing's still in here. But yeah, this was just supposed to be a test run to make sure all this was working, and it seems to be. So, oh yeah, we did hammock camp right over a river. We did. That was before I was making YouTube, so you can't watch that. Maybe I'll go find those and post those on PixelFed. Oh yeah, PixelFed. It's like a open source federated Instagram alternative. So it's linked on my website, joelkalich.com, if you want to see those pictures. But yeah, I'm gonna log off. This was really successful, and I actually need to use the restroom very badly. So I will. Again, thanks for tuning in. It was nice chatting with you again, of course. I hope this wasn't too weird because now I'm still in frame on the horizontal, and I believe you watch in vertical. So. But yeah, I'll see you next time. Again, thanks for tuning in. Let's see how this works. I'm going to try and end it. Let's see what happens. Okay, so we can be heard. The question is, okay, yeah, we're live apparently. The question is whether or not my phone will charge. Will it charge at like full speeds while doing the mics? Let's see if we can find out here. Charging. Oh man, it's the same low wattage. Really? 12 watts. Man, that sucks. What if I unplug the mics? I'm going to go silent a little bit. Test. I don't think we're going to be charging. Yeah. Shoot. You know, maybe it needs to be flipped over. I don't know. 1.47. Yeah, there's 1.5. That is not enough, dude. Where? $2 watts? Really? Okay, 1.16, 230 milliwatts. This thing doesn't freaking work.